Hey everyone. So it's been a while, probably about maybe a year since I've last uploaded. My last upload not being that great, but I just wanted to explain to people where I've been and what's been happening in my life and what's going to happen with the channel. So, keeping it honest and simple, I've had personal things going on in my life that made it so I couldn't upload as much as I'd want to. Now, I know I don't have a huge community, and trust me, I know I'm not the biggest content creator on the planet. However, I do feel like I did build quite a good community while I was uploading, and, I do feel kind of bad for just leaving without saying a word or anything. So I am sorry about that, and, I do hope that people who did watch me do come back and do see that I am back to content creating. But I don't think I was prepared to actually start YouTube at that time. But now, as life has changed, circumstances have changed. So at the time, I was using a laptop to record videos. I had it hooked up to my TV, where I would use my Xbox to play video games. And yeah, it wasn't the greatest way to record videos. I had a sofa in my room, which I was sitting on. I wasn't even at a desk. I would edit on my laptop, which was slow and clunky, and Adobe Premiere Pro wouldn't even load. It was horrific. But now I've gotten to a point where I actually have a desk, I have a monitor, I have a PC, and I also have a proper mic rather than just using my old crappy headset mic. Which you can probably tell the difference, me just speaking now, hearing my voice a bit more clearly, and hearing it, without so much static. But it's not a dramatic story on why I stepped away. I done some other things in my life. I travelled a little bit. Went to go see the Great World and all of that malarkey. And yeah, I had fun. I focused on my actual career for a while. In the end, I knew I wanted to come back and start this up again. And I hope people do come back and watch, because I did really, really love having the interactions with you guys, and I do miss that a lot. As to why I'm back, I think that's already, pretty obvious as to why I love making videos. I think it showed in my videos that I loved making them. I always put my all into the videos, and I was always myself. My reactions, all of that stuff, I didn't want to put anything on. And I just enjoy the whole process of making videos. So that's really why I'm back. And I think if you're watching this video and you were a past subscriber or a past viewer, you may see my channel's changed a little bit. I've changed the art, I've changed most of the stuff. The thumbnails are staying the same because that's a lot of work, and honestly, I can't be bothered. But most of the stuff about the channel has changed, so hopefully that gives you an inkling on me coming back. In terms of Twitch streaming and all of that stuff, it's I'm not too sure, because I always streamed before, and that was my main thing. I was always streaming, and that was always what I was doing. But now I may be changing that a little bit, as I do love streaming. I do love having the interactions with people, and they are really, really fun, don't get me wrong. But I do really enjoy recording on myself. It makes it easier to edit, so much easier. It allows me to, just have a bit more control over my content. I think for the time being, I'm going to just record videos. I'm probably going to get back into streaming. I have set up my Twitch account to start streaming again, so whenever I feel like streaming, trust me, I'll be back on it. And when I'm going to stream, obviously I'll let people know. But for now, I'm going to bring out a few videos, hopefully once every week, maybe a bit more if I feel like it. But I'm not going to put a deadline on when I need to upload. But trust me, I will. So the channel, what it's going to be now, basically it is going to be the exact same thing. Horror games, survival games, indie games, and whatever the fuck I feel like playing. A bit of a change in style. Obviously I didn't censor that fuck just then. I'm going to be myself a bit more. Because before I was censoring F words, trying to make it all friendly and everything. But I swear like any other normal person. I shout, I scream, as you could already tell in my old videos. And I was trying too hard to censor all of that, so I'm just not going to bother nowadays. Because, again, what's the point? I'm not doing this to get thousands of views and thousands of clicks. I'm doing this just to be myself. So if you've got a problem with me swearing, or if you've got a problem with me being myself, sod off. I don't care. But those of you who do like the content and do want to stick around, great, amazing. I'm happy to have you. But yeah, so that's a little bit on what I'll be doing. I'm not locking myself into any specific game. So if you're only here to watch me play Subnautica, I won't be doing that. But I will be playing other games similar to the horror aspect, and I hope you guys do enjoy that. Again, my streaming plans, it's going to be stream once I've got everything sorted out. I don't promise daily streams. I am trying to promise weekly uploads, but I'm not setting myself to a schedule. Because unlike other streamers and other YouTubers, us little content creators actually have regular jobs. I don't have a abundance of money. I don't have all of this stuff that big content creators have, and you know, I can't do that. So I can't set myself to a schedule, as I do work a proper job. Yes, very sadly, I do work. I wish I didn't, but I do. And I wish I could do this full time, and if that ever happens, amazing, but you never know. I'm simply doing this for the joy of content creating. So, thanks for watching the video if you did. If you didn't, you might end up watching a video of mine in the future. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But to those who watched my YouTube before and are now returning, I want to say thank you for coming back, and hello again. It's good to see you, and I've got some new content coming soon, involving new games that are coming out that I enjoy playing, and I hope you guys will enjoy watching. So one last thing before I go, 1 year later, what has changed? Fucking nothing. In a bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.